I start here, I'm starting with this slide, is because over this last year, we've made a lot of transitions from a development space, right? I'm real big on teaching and coaching, and what I was realizing and being in real estate for 14 years, practicing full time, that when I brought in new agents, right, like Chris, coming in brand new, what seemed simple to me as me articulating it, I was talking over their heads. And even some people that have been in it for a while, you know, I've done a number of transactions. So just because you've been in it for years, for me, in my opinion, it's about how many transactions you've done, not necessarily how long you've been in real estate, as far as from an expertise standpoint. So even those individuals, I just felt like I wasn't articulating what they needed for them to be successful. So I started looking for something that I could better explain the process so they could connect the dots. Right? Because real estate, what I see is that there are a lot of classes, coaching, webinars, trainings, and they give you bits and pieces of it. But unless you get the whole picture, and unless you can put it all together, it don't typically work out. And that's why the retention is so bad in real estate. People getting in, it's like a revolving door. I think they say less than 20% of people actually stay in real estate. That's unheard of in any other industry. But that's our industry. But even still, all the time I'm about to get in real estate. I'm about to get my real estate license. I get that all the time. So I've seen, over these 10 years, I've seen so many people come and go, and they didn't make it. And now it just really became a burden on me. Somebody needs to do something about this. There's a gap. Like, there's a gap from licensing to making money in real estate, right? So our goal as a real estate firm, and what I feel like can be a differentiator for us, is really truly being intentional about filling that gap between licensing and people making money in this business. Because I feel like that solution transcends everything. It transcends color. Like, we're gonna be the largest real estate firm, not largest real estate African American firm, largest firm, period. We have to get something that is truly a competitive edge against other people, right? Yeah, Keller Williams is big, Remax is big, they're big, but even them, I don't think they do a good enough job of filling that gap. Right? So one of the things that I had, in essence, I couldn't find it, so I had to create it. And that's what this real estate success funnel is all about. This is the module that I use, and now I've built everything when it comes to our development program, all of the resources, all of the member benefits that we provide. I built everything around this Realtor Success Funnel. And I know it's difficult to see the white, but how many people have seen this before, though? Right? Right? And you're gonna be seeing it more and more and more and more, because everything that we do and everything that we're gonna do moving forward when it comes to development is gonna be based on this. Right? I'm gonna show you some other things, other ways of how we use it, but at the end of the day, it all falls back on this. It all falls back on this. So when I'm explaining this concept, it's 6 key skill sets and it's 6 key areas. And like I talked about earlier, these other training programs, they may bring in a class and they'll teach you how to do a buyer's consultation, right? Or how to do a listing consultation. They'll teach you how to do that, right? But if you haven't addressed the other skill sets, you can become an expert in doing listing presentations and not make no money. You can become an expert in picking up listings and not make no money because you don't know how to get them under contract. You don't know how to go from contract to close in an efficient way to where you can handle scale. Right? Because for those of us that have been in real estate for a long time, we know how many moving pieces go into a single transaction. So imagine scaling that up and doing 5, 6, 10 transactions a month. If you don't have the infrastructure and the capacity to be able to do it, if you never build that infrastructure in that capacity, then it's a pipe dream. So I ask people, how many transactions you want to do a month? I want to do 3 to 5 a month. And they don't understand. Like, if you're doing if you're doing 3 closed transactions per month, you have to be working with almost 10 clients at any given time. And that's signed clients, means signed listing agreements, signed buyer's rep. Can you imagine working with, most people can't imagine actually facilitating 10 clients and the needs and the issues and the challenges and the back and forth with 10 clients at any given time. And you got to do that just to close 3 deals a month. People don't really understand the complexity around it. So I needed something to really better articulate and explain so we can truly build something to where a person could do 3 or 5 or 10 transactions a month and be successful in it, and it not be one of those situations to where you ain't seeing your family, or you can't go on trips for Christmas, or you know, it's it's about how you build it, how you structure it. So I always start here, and that's why I started here today. Okay, that's our Real to Success funnel. All right, here's some of the changes that we're going in. This, anybody seen this Superstar Ascension, this trajectory? All right, so this is another concept that I developed because when I first got into real estate, I assumed everybody wanted what I wanted, right? Everybody wanted to be a broker, an owner, right? You want the flexibility of it. So everybody has the capacity and the potential to demand whatever they want out of this business by building a business. And I assumed everybody wanted that, and I would coach and develop everybody in that program, right? But guess what? Everybody don't want that, right? Some people do just want to do real estate part-time. They want to do 2 or 3 deals, maybe even 5 deals a year, 10 deals a year, have some extra money. Some people want to do that. Some people, they don't necessarily want an entire brokerage firm, but they may want a team, them and an assistant, and then just be a top producing agent. Some people just want that. So we created this trajectory, so as I'm meeting with people now, I can ask, well, what do you want, right? Because our brokerage firm can facilitate wherever you want to be. From desire at the bottom, that's why we created our affiliate program. How many of you are familiar with the affiliate program? Yeah, that's why we had created the affiliate program, because again, that was another void that we saw. Most brokerage firms don't even want to talk to you until you're licensed, right? When you come to them, you say, hey, well, I'm in my classes right now. Say, okay, well, once you get licensed, give us a call or come in. Right? And we were like, well, you know, if we can come in and truly figure out some value that we could add to people while they're in the process of getting their license, to expose them to the practical side of this business while they're getting their license. Because guess what? The real estate schools, they prepare you to take the test. That's what they do. They prepare you to pass the test. But how many of us know being able to pass that test and being able to make money in this business is 2 different things. So the worst thing that really can happen for us, but this is how we've been conditioned, the worst thing that can happen for us is once I get licensed, now I begin building pipeline. But now I got expenses, right? I got HAR expenses, I got brokerage expenses, I got marketing expenses. So I got all these expenses, and I'm just now starting to build pipeline. And how many of us know this is a pipeline business? If I gave you a client today, if I gave you a lead today, realistically, you're not gonna make money on that, like money in your pocket 4 to 6 months off the one I gave you today, because we're in a pipeline business. So if I'm just starting, once I get my license, then I'm already kind of starting on the back end. Right? It's kind of like the game of life. How many of y'all played the game of life? What would y'all do? Would y'all do career or would y'all go to college in the game of life? Who would pick college? When you're familiar, you pick college? Who would pick career? Yeah. I wouldn't pick college because I felt like I'm coming out in debt. Like, that don't make sense. So I would always pick career, even though you have the potential to make more money. It's the same thing here. If you don't begin building pipeline while you're getting licensed, then you're already starting out behind in debt, because the first thing you got to do is come off some cash. So the affiliate program was designed to help people to start thinking about the practical side of things and start giving them the insight to where they can start working on. Mr. Brooks.
What's going
on? So it was the affiliate program was so we could get people to a point to where they could start thinking about the practical side of real estate, as well as start building pipeline now. Start talking to your people now about the fact that you're getting licensed, and you're affiliated with a brokerage firm, so now it makes sense. You have a license that's connected to you, right? So the affiliate program was to bring people in a lot sooner. So that's where the desire came from. And then detachment, that's for those individuals, again, that's part-time that want to go full-time. There's a lot of people that are part-time realtors, and they have the dream to be full-time at some point, to have a career in real estate and be full-time. But guess what? Most of them don't know how to do it. And most brokerage firms don't know how to teach you how to do it or show you how to do it. Because a lot of people feel like, well, I'll do real estate part-time, and then once my real estate business begins to, I'll be so busy with my real estate business, it'll overtake my job, and then I can quit my job. That's how most people think that they're going to get free. But real estate, again, it's like farming. If you ain't got the time, your real estate business will never get to the point to where it'll replace your job because you don't have the time. So you have to do it a different way. The different way is, even though you're working part-time, you're going to get opportunities to where you can close a transaction here, a transaction there. You can't touch that money, right? You use your job money to pay your bills. You use that real estate transaction money every now and again. You allow that to be your emancipation fund, right? Once you get 6 months of your expenses saved up, that's when you let them go. Because now you got 6 months to put in the time and turn your real estate business over. And if you're thinking about how you're going to pay your bills in those 6 months, it's not happening. It's a mental game. So it's very important that you understand how to do it. But guess what? People need somebody to show them how to do that. And that, as a brokerage firm, is our responsibility. And that's something that we're going to be intentional about moving forward, because we are committed to your success. And now we believe we have the things in place to be successful at it. So now we're going to be extremely aggressive about you all being successful and making money in this business, right? My vision is we become the top African American real estate firm, and our agents are making a lot of money out here in this business, right? That right there makes me proud as a broker, as a person in this industry. That makes me proud, knowing that people are making money that's a part of our firm, right? Okay, so one of the things that's going to help us facilitate that is some of our new. Now I know it's small to see, but we came up with 29 reasons on why we may be a fit for a person coming into this business. Right? So for us, it's no more about smoke and mirrors. It's, this is what we're gonna do for you. This is how we're gonna get you there. We're competent and confident in our abilities, right? We just need you to come on board, and we're gonna show you the path. And we have everything laid out. So this is a new form. This is one of the new forms that you all are gonna be getting today, showing the difference between the commission split agent and what those individuals get, the 100% agent and what those individuals get, and then the affiliate. So now, even when I sign up an affiliate, the affiliate can see where they're going to once they sign on with us, right? So once they get licensed, they can see the other benefits that they're going to tap into and have access to, right? So that was just a snapshot. But this right here helps us be successful with our trajectory. All right, this is a new form that we brought in. It's the things you should absolutely do as a new agent, right? And look, I gotta apologize. I know a lot of y'all came in at different times and y'all didn't have this stuff, right? But because of when you all came in and because of us being able to see the deficiencies in our process is why we were able to build all these new things into our process. So we appreciate it, and we're thankful for your patience because you all are helping the company get better. So one of the things is this things you should absolutely do as our new agent, right? Obviously, it talks about the initial membership fee, our 7-dot, making sure that you have access to our Success in Real Estate Machine and our 7-dot training resource folder. That's something, those are some things we're going to talk. Everybody knows about the 7-dot training. How many people have been to the 7-dot training folder? Okay. Is it easy to find stuff in there? Not necessarily, right? Right? You got to get comfortable with it, right? Well, I knew it, so we created a software. We spent about 8 months designing this software to take the substance in the 7-dot training folder and directly correlate it with the Realtor Success Fund. Remember, everything is built around that. So now you can go straight to the content that speaks to whatever skill set, whatever topic, whatever area of your transaction that you need assistance with a client at that moment. You can have access to all of the content that speaks just to that, right? So it allows you to navigate it a lot more cleaner and easier, right? So that was one of the new things. So we want to make sure that everybody has access to that, right? Connected to the messaging system. How many is everybody connected to the group me? All right. Who's done turned it off though? Be honest. Yeah, y'all done turned the group me off. I get it. That's all right. I text y'all. Have y'all been getting personal texts from me now?
Yes.
All right. Because I know y'all done turned the GroupMe out. So I got to text you myself. But that's something new as well, because we want you to know what we have going on, and we want to make sure, you know, we send an email out, we'll put it in the GroupMe, but we'll also send you a personal text on some things. Okay. The Create Your New Life, I put it on hiatus because I wanted to get some of the new, these new things up and running before we went into 2019. But I'm definitely going to begin doing the Create Your New Life again going into the first quarter. Right now, remember. How many of y'all knew that you can get CE credit when you log on to it? Did y'all know that? Right. But y'all don't log on. Get that free CE credit, right? You know, we went to Trek. We got a providership. I don't know how many brokerage firms have a providership to where they can offer CE credit to their agents. I don't know how many of them had that, right? But we have that. And you ain't even got to come into the office. Just log on. Stay for an hour. And you got an hour of CE credit that can go towards the renewal of your license. Well, we're gonna get that back going into 2019. Okay. Schedule your GAT meeting. All right. Who's familiar with GAT? You familiar with GAT? Can you tell me what it means?
Get you in the train.
That ain't what that A is. What's that A? Come on.
Well, no, I think I had put a new spin on
You
it.
did, cause you're a lady.
Get your act. I said,
You said get your act. Yeah, she said get your act. But that ain't what I was thinking when I came up with the acronym. It's get your ass on track. Is what the GAT meeting is about. Because again, we want to make sure we're doing our part to ensure that everybody's on a trajectory for success in their real estate business. Right? So the GAT meeting is that time for me and you to sit down and make sure that whatever area that you're trying to go, whatever level that you're trying to have in this business, that we're supporting as well as holding you accountable to that track, that trajectory, right? So those GAT meetings are something that we're doing on a consistent basis now as well, especially with brand new agents. We've got business cards. How many of y'all have been to a Brooks & Davis sponsored event? Maybe I should say, who hasn't been to a Brooks & Davis sponsored event? All right. Now, the ones that have gone to a Brooks & Davis sponsored event, do y'all have a good time?
Yes.
Okay. If you're not coming to Brooks & Davis stuff, you need to come. This is where you meet other agents. We make sure that we have a good time. We're not going to waste your time. Like I said, there's a number of people in the organization that I haven't even met yet, right? So we really encourage, and it's not all about education. A lot of times, we know how hard it is to do real estate. So we want to give you opportunities to relax, right? Get a drink, take a load off. You know, let's have some laughs. Let's get comfortable together as a family, like Sean talked about. As a family, like that's for real. That, you know, one of the things I didn't put up here was our core ideology, but one of our values is treat and respect everyone like family. That is another one of those cultures that we want to be specific to Brooks & Davis, is that we want you to feel like we cousins or brothers and sisters in this thing together, right? Get signed up. Okay, so here we go. Get signed up with HAR Super and the multiple listing service. All right. When we first got started, we didn't really show significant seriousness on people signing up for those services. We would kind of let people make it, right? You know, once HAR, come on. Sorry, where was you about to go? It ain't no more doors in this room.
Sorry, I had some daughter duties to do.
That's all good. Yeah, we weren't as intentional about people signing up for that service as we should have been, and again, that was a disservice that we were doing. Right? We used to let people make it, but guess what? If you don't have that stuff, you can't do this business. That's essential. Like, you calling us trying to borrow our super key or sign up for it ain't gonna work, right? We tried to make it work, it ain't gonna work. So that's really been a highlight as far as when we sit down and do our GAP meetings and things like that, because those are foundational aspects of you being able to practice real estate. What's going on, Pat? Those are foundational aspects. That's like a plumber not having a monkey wrench. How you gonna go fix somebody? How you gonna go fix somebody's bathtub? You ain't got no monkey wrench. You ain't got the little snake. But you're a plumber. Like it's not gonna work. So again, that's one of those things that we had to be more intentional about emphasizing that. And then a laptop and a smartphone. There are people that don't have laptops. It's not gonna work for you because it's gonna be many times you got to go sit face to face with a client. You might need to do a pre-approval before you take them out, right? I know some people like that desktop. We're going to 2019. It's getting to where it's on the phone now. The laptop's about to be obsolete. So we at least need that. And God forbid you ain't got no smartphone. You got to have a smartphone, right? So we got to make sure we have that. And then your HAR orientation, your matrix class, and your zip form class. I love you, but I can't show you how to use zip forms when they got a class that you can go and they show you how to use zip forms, right? I can't sit down and there are other things that I need to be doing for you, that Mr. Brooks needs to be doing for you, that is way more important to your success in this business than me showing you how to use matrix. There's a class for that, right? So we really encourage that going on. Now, this progression checklist, this is the checklist. When we sit down and we do our gap meetings, right? Because for a lot of you all, we got to backtrack because all of this stuff is new. We got to backtrack and then bring you up to speed with it, right? Well, this is the actual form that we utilize to ensure that we're moving in the right direction as far as you building your business, right? I give you a copy. For those that have been a part of the new process, I give you a copy, I keep a copy, and guess what? I staple it on the inside of your folder. So now every time I'm calling you, if we're doing one of these coaching calls, I'm 100% clear on what's the thing that we need to be discussing that's custom to your situation in real estate, right? So it's no one size fits all. It's all customly geared towards your particular situation. Because listen, there's no magic pill when it comes to lead generation. There's no magic pill when it comes to branding, right? I don't tell you what to do. You got to tell me what you want to do, because there's multiple hundreds, even thousands of ways for you to generate leads. Multiple hundreds, even thousands of ways for you to put a brand out there to draw people to you so you can help and serve in real estate. You tell me which one you want to do, because if I tell you which one to do, if you don't like it, you ain't gonna do it, right? But if you tell me, then more than likely it's something that you want to do, and we have a better chance of you doing it, which is ultimately where we're trying to get you in this business. Okay? So that's the checklist that we use. All right. Who's familiar with this? Who came to see when we brought these people in and got our agents certified? Raise your hand high.
That wasn't no girl that was from my home state, was
Yeah,
it?
that was
Okay.
her. All right, so you came. Right. All right. If you didn't come see this, the next time we bring her, because we're gonna bring her again, you need to come see it. Because what this program allows you to do is, if a person has a credit score above a 550, if their household makes more than $50,000 a year, then we can try to get them approved through this program, and the program will go purchase a home on their behalf and rent it to them and give them up to 3 years to purchase it. That's why it's called the Right to Purchase program. And guess what? When the program goes and buys the house, guess how much you get paid?
Sales commission.
3%. So you've gone from a person trying to rent something for $2,000 and you making $1,000,
Wow.
and then splitting it with us, to making 3% on that same person.
That's a hell of a program.
It's a hell of a program, right? So the next time we bring the lady, y'all need to come and hear about it. I mean, I just want to. We just had one of your agents just sent somebody through this program, got them approved. They purchased homes up to $415,000, and they got a client. They got approved and looking at houses between $400,000 and $415,000. They couldn't go through traditional financing, but now they got approved through this program, and now she about to get broke off. Right? She's about to get broke off. But what happens is that now it opens you up. It opens up your data. I mean, because I'm pretty sure y'all got a number of people in there that they want to buy, but they, for whatever reason, whether it's debt, whether it's credit, whatever it is, whether it's down payment, whatever it is, right? Because even with this program, all they need is 2 months, a 2-month deposit. So if they $1,500 a month, then that's what, $3,000 for moving in, and then their first month's rent is $1,500. So it's doable for people. But if $1,500 a month, they probably buying a $180,000 house. So now you're getting 3% instead of what, $750. So this is a phenomenal program. I just wanted to show some of the things that we were doing to push the program, because we talk about branding, we talk about lead generation, we talk about business concepts. So the way we use it is, not only do we use it to try to sell our listings faster, right? This right here is a Facebook post, a Facebook ad that I did, where I connected this right to purchase program to my particular listing, and I presented it as if you're having a hard time getting financing, but you like this home, you love this home, I had a video tour of it, then I can get you in this house utilizing this program, right? So now, if I get people, they go to this link, it's a lead capturing page. So now I get their phone number, I get their email, I get all of that stuff. So guess what? Now I got a new lead. Even if they can't buy this listing. Now obviously I want to sell my listing, but if they can't get this listing, or this is kind of out of their price point, me giving exposure to this program, I'm able to now capture additional leads. I guess it's been about a month since we brought Marianne, I think that's her name, Marianne. We brought her to the office. It's been about a month. We've already picked up almost, between myself and other agents that are utilizing, we've already picked up about 10 leads. I've already had 5 consultations with people and we got them to apply for the program. So it's a very powerful program. If you want to talk to me about it prior to I bring Marianne back, then we can do that too. And then I can point you in the right direction so you can get some more information about it from their website and get signed up as an agent that can push the program. Right? When you go to Chica, that's one of our agents as well. When you go to that link, I had Chica put together a little 30-second commercial for me. Right? So that's something else that you can do with it. Right? So when we're talking about branding and concepts, you want to think, how can I best get people's attention to get them to react or engage to something that's particular that you want them to do. That's where the creativity comes in. But I'm not saying be creative just to be creative. I'm saying be creative with the mind frame of, what is the best way for me to get this person to give me their information? Right? How can I make it easy for them? How can I make it to where they want to give me their information, and that they're not apprehensive about it? Because how many of us know that people don't want to give you their information, right? They're very skeptical about giving you their information, right? So you got to make them comfortable. Either make them comfortable, or you got to make them want what you're selling so bad that they tripping over themselves to give you their information. And you can absolutely do it. So that's a solid program. And listen, nobody is dominating this program in the city. They just came into Houston. They started in Dallas. They've been in Dallas for 6 years. There's no brokerage firm that's out here dominating the market when it comes to this program. And I want us to be that brokerage firm that's dominating. Right. Okay. All right. So how many of you all been to a pre-home buy session? Okay. How many of you all knew that we did pre-home buy session? Okay. How many of y'all know what a pre-home buy session is? You know, right? Look, if you're not taking advantage of our pre-home buy session that we do once a week, then there's a group of people in your database that can be serviced that you're not servicing. Real estate, again, is a pipeline business. I already talked to you about the right to purchase program, so now there's a whole set of people in your database that you could plug into your pipeline with that program. Well, there's a whole nother set of people that you could plug into your pipeline with this program, which is our pre-home buyer session. The pre-home buyer session is me, I present, and we give some basics around the process of real estate, but it's really for individuals that have credit issues, they have debt issues, and they can't get qualified for a loan, right? The reason we created this is because, like most of you all, I had a lot of people that want to buy houses and can't. So I tried building partnerships and relationships with credit restoration people or other programs, and I look up and guess what? Where the people at? The people gone. I'm like, man, I know I sent these people where they at. Or I look up and they done bought a house. What? I sent you this person. So I felt like there was another void in the industry. So since there was, we need to create something to fill the void. So that's why we created the pre-home buy session and the Financial Homeownership First program. Another reason why we created the Financial Homeownership First program is that there's a lot of people helping fix credit, but it's more than just credit keeping people from buying houses. So we designed a program that addressed everything and included credit, but it addressed everything. So we do the pre-home buy sessions once a week, every first and third Saturday at 12:30. Matter of fact, I got one after we finish it today. And every second and fourth Thursday at 5:30. So the way that you can use the pre-home buy session is a couple of ways. If a person reaches out to you and they say, I want to buy a house, and you say, when's the last time you checked your credit? Well, my credit's bad. Well, what's bad? Well, it's like in the 500s. Okay. Well, guess what? Our company does these pre-home buy sessions. I think it would be good for you to attend, right? Which works better for you, Saturday or Thursday? Thursdays or Saturdays? We got them at Thursdays at 5:30. We have them Saturdays at 12:30. Which one works best for you? And they tell you a date. They give you a date. You can either have them call the office, but if I was you, I would call the office myself and RSVP them, right? And then before it's their time to come to the pre-home buy session, you call them. You remind them. You put them on your calendar. You stay on top of it. We're going to do it anyway, right? I send out a text. I have 4 people right now that's scheduled for today's pre-home buy session. And a couple of hours before the pre-home buy session starts, I send them out a text reminder. Has the address and all that other stuff. So if a person don't show up, it ain't going to be because they forgot. It's going to be because they just didn't want to come. And then guess what? If they don't show up next week, we're going to be calling them and seeing what happened, right? Because people are fickle. All right. Well, when they come to the pre-home buy session, another thing that they do, they're exposed to the program. So the Financial Homeownership First program is a weekly program. So it's a way for you to put your client, give your client to me, and you let me monitor your client, and you let me get your client ready to go. So once I work with them to get their credit where it needs to be. I work with them to get their debt. We talk about budgeting. We talk about wills and trust. We talk about debt reduction. We talk about trade lines and building their credit. Like, we do all of that. But it's like AA for people that want to buy a house. They got to check in with me every week. I'm going to call them every week, either text message or phone call. So it's that consistency in staying on top of them. So you ain't got to worry about them being lost. Right? Valerie, you got somebody who went through the program, right? Yeah, Erica. So did she get approved? She's approved, right? Came through the program. Like, this ain't smoke and mirrors. This stuff works. Right? We've had multiple people go through the program and get approved to buy houses. So it's now there's a section of your database. I know it. There's a section of people that you know, your database, that you could plug here and build you an additional pipeline for down the road. You get some commissions, future commissions for you, right? But you got to access it. One of our agents, Tracina, the way she uses it is that now everybody they do their own thing, right? Well, for her, when it comes to branding and lead generation, she likes doing events, right? She ain't the one that's gonna be doing cold calling. She don't like that, but she do events. She like pushing events. She like marketing events. So what she does is once a month, she brands the pre-home buyer session. Like for this one, she did it in November. She called it Fall into Home Ownership. So she personally branded, from a marketing standpoint, the pre-home buyer session. Now, that doesn't mean, Now that doesn't mean on the day of the event, it's all about Tracina. But all she's doing is that she's bringing in the people to the pre-home buyer session through her ways of marketing. Now guess what? She not only sends people that have credit issues, that like from her pre-home buyer sessions, now it's not only people that have credit issues come from it. She's actually gotten people from a marketing standpoint that are ready to buy houses at that time. They just didn't know what the next step was. They see it as an opportunity to learn, right? So she's picked up clients that she's gotten approved. As a matter of fact, when I was going to screenshot this post that I saw that she put out in November. The post, I saw a post she just recently posted that she's already had 3 approvals. She's already had 3 approvals this month for people that are going to buy houses. So the ability and the opportunity exists. I'm trying to share some of the stuff that other people are doing because it works. The stuff that I do, the stuff that other people do, it works. And then that's just a picture. What she does is also she'll bring in a lender. That's Michael Lewis, and she'll bring in a lender as well to talk with some of her people during hers. So there's opportunity now from a branding standpoint. You push it to your social media, you push it to your people, and then you get them to show up. And it's like
that's a real big thing. Just imagine you're not even having to do the presentation. You're just marketing it. So it's not even you. So you're taking that opportunity to continue to let your friend base, until you build up a client base, know that you're actively in real estate, is going to expose them to it. And even if you just do like Trishina, she redesigns a flyer and just pushes it. Even if you decide, you know what, I want to really be successful, and I'm going to do this every week until I get people to bite. Every week I'm going to get people to go. So it'd be ideal to have you here with them, but even if you just call and have them come, and Mike does the presentation, like that's so powerful within itself. Like,
absolutely. Let me tell you, the one thing that y'all not gonna be able to say about us is that we did not put you in a situation to be successful. We are gonna bust our asses going into 2019 to put you in a situation to be successful in real estate. So I promise you, you're not gonna be able to say it was my brokerage, right? But guess what? We just can't do it. There's a part that you play in this thing, and we're gonna support you. We're gonna encourage you. We're gonna push you. We're gonna point you to the path, but you gotta walk. You got to get on that path. And you got to put in the work. All right. So, you want to talk about your podcast, man?
all right, so check this out. Yeah, let's talk podcast. Now, who all knew that we had a podcast? Come on, people. I know we do a great job at pushing this thing out, but ideally, so the podcast, we've done 24 episodes. And so basically the energy that comes from the podcast is we're just bringing on people that are in the real estate industry. It could be someone that does marketing for real estate, title companies. We've had home builders and veteran inspectors. And so every week, every Thursday, we do this show. We do it live on Facebook right now, but then we also have it on all of your podcast stations, the YouTubes, Google Play, and all those things. So download it if you don't already have it. Go to your Google Play, put in Prime Real Estate Network. It'll pop up. You'll be able to listen to some of the past episodes. Go in and give us a 5, right? And then maybe leave a little something. But what this does is this gives the Brooks and Davis another platform of actually just reaching out and touching people. We use the marketing campaign that of the program that the lady came in and did. So that's a big part of our back-end marketing campaign. But it's just really about exposure. So you're part of a team that's going to bring you on to give you exposure. And we're looking to bring on our own agents. But we have to get you guys into the flow of things, get you busy, get you confident enough to get you in front of the audience and just talk about how your business is going. So even if you become that person that's just pushing out any of the activities that we have going on, we can bring you in just to speak about those things in detail. So just let us know. But the podcast is something that's been helping the company grow. Again, more exposure.
So the reason that I added the podcast is because, again, when we start talking branding, and once you determine this is what I want to be known for, and who knows the difference between a brand and a niche? Who knows the difference? Or do y'all think it's the same thing?
Well, I would think a niche is going to be a small market that often people focus on a niche, but a brand is the identity of a business.
Okay.
In some way.
Who else want to tackle that question? Who think it's the same thing? All right, so everybody agrees that it's different. Will somebody explain to me what's the difference about it, other than what John just said? Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I think a brand basically is like who you are as a person, and a niche is who or what your target market is.
Okay.
So.
I would say a brand works for you, and a niche is a market that you actively target.
Okay. I'll accept all of that. Right? The way I differentiate a brand and a niche is that typically when people are in a niche, that's all they do. Right? If I'm a Woodlands agent, I only work with people in the Woodlands. Right? So if you send me somebody else, I'm sending that person to somebody else because I'm the Woodlands agent. That's a niche. So for me, a niche kind of pigeonholes you. A brand, you can have multiple brands, right? So you actively push out marketing for your brand, but then once that brand begins to build momentum and it's bringing you business and it kind of goes to autopilot, then guess what? You can go create another brand, right? So it doesn't pigeonhole you. The reason I brought that up is that now that we have this podcast, if you hit a home run on a particular brand for yourself, they can bring you onto the show and you push that brand, right? So what that means is like what Brooke said, he can bring all of our agents onto the show and it still be different because you always going to have different brands that you can push on the podcast, right? Ricardo Davis is one of our agents as well. He's the one that helped us with the idea and the concept, right? So it's just another example of he decided this is what he wanted to do as a way to help build his business, and then he partnered with us about it, and we're helping him push this to build his business as his brand to bring in leads from a lead generation standpoint, right? So you have Brooks and Davis agents, you have people that are part of your family that is doing different things, and we want to show you and expose you to that stuff, right? To get you all moving. Okay, so here's a concept, right? So again, brand, concept, and the right to purchase. You could create a brand around that, right? Well, here's another one for sale by owners. Who likes working with for sale by owners? You kind of. Who don't? Most agents I meet are just afraid of for sale by owners and don't want to touch them.
Why?
Because they mean. They are. For sale by owners, they mean. They do-it-yourself people. You can't tell them nothing. That's what's going on. They feel.
And they tell you up front they don't want to deal with you.
They
I don't
don't
want to deal with a traditional agent.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with the.
Yeah. The reason that they sell it in on their own is because they feel like agents ain't worth the money they get paid. They feel we lazy. Like they have nothing but negative connotations around realtors when you're talking to for sale by owners. So most people don't even want to be bothered with that. I do though, because I see it as an opportunity. Right? So one of the brands that we created was the Dating for Sale by Owner program. Anybody familiar with that program? The Dating for Sale by Owner program, right? I call it the Dating for Sale by Owner because I see for sale by owners, even though they don't want to fool with you, they want the benefits of it. They're like friends with benefits, right? So they want market analysis. They want your opinion, right? They want all that stuff, but they don't want to commit to you. You don't want to marry me, right? You don't want to put a ring on it, but you want my info. So I call it Dating for Sale by Owner. So you ain't gotta commit to me, right? But it's another thing about for sale by owners is that statistics show that almost 90% of for sale by owners eventually use an agent. So that means I just got to be around. Right? I just got to hang out. I just got to be around long enough for when that switch go off in your head. So we created a program to give them a reason to let you stick around, and that's what it does. So we do things like, we'll add them to our website. We created a Facebook page called Houston for Sale by Owner. We'll add it to the Facebook page. If they need assistance, we tell them, we'll put a lockbox on the door for you, right? Now, if they let us put a sign in the yard, we'll take that. Why do y'all think it makes sense for us to put a sign in the yard?
Lead generation.
Lead generation, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't need it. I don't need you to be my listing. I don't need it. But if I can leverage your property for me to draw leads, oh, come on, man, it's a win-win for everybody. So, we tell them that. So the way that we kind of encourage them to go with it with us is that we tell them we can give them additional marketing or we can give them additional exposure with no cost or commitment. Additional exposure with no additional cost or commitment. The only thing that they have to agree to is if we bring them a buyer, they'll pay us 3%. But guess what? That's what they want to do anyway. You bring me a buyer, I'll pay you 3%. That's why they don't want to list it. Right? So this is another program. So then again, we create a brand around the Dating for Sale by Owner program. We created this thing. I created this thing called a blitz, to where you get now. How many of y'all knew that Zillow put for sale by owner phone numbers on the website?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, there was a time you had to pay to get for sale by owner phone numbers. Now they all go to Zillow and give it to them for free. Right? So you can get all the for sale by owner phone numbers. And you identify an area that you want to promote or a territory. You get the phone numbers. I designed this blitz to where I send them a series of 6 different text messages. Right? And in each one of the text messages, I'm giving them something of value. Right? You got to give them something. As long as you're giving them something, I talk to them about the dating for sale by owner. If they sign up for that, then I have them as a part of my inventory, as a part of my shadow inventory, which is something else that we tell them. It's also good to know that, because if you have buyers and you're not seeing nothing on the MLS, well, if you've built relationships with these for sale by owners, well, you may have an opportunity to make a connection with a buyer that you can't find nothing for with one of these for sale by owners. Right? So there's opportunity there. And then I created, this is something else that I'm going to be doing going into the new year, is these for sale by owner analysis videos, to where I'll pull up a for sale by owner that's a part of the dating for sale, that's a part of our inventory. I'll pull up the property and then I'll analyze it on YouTube. So other people that's thinking about selling their house can see how we analyze, how we come up with numbers, how we market, how we push it, right? So it's about just leveraging the property. The property is what brings the lead, right? People, if you're going for buyers, you ain't got to be creative. They want properties. They looking at properties, right? Before they go talk to the lender, before they go do anything, check their credit, any of that stuff, they going to call you because they want to see the inside of the property. Well, then when they call you, that's when you redirect them. But you got to get them to call you first. And you get them to call you with having a lot of properties that you can put in front of people. Whether it's listings, whether it's for sale by owners, whether whatever. You can talk to other agents that's not doing a good job of marketing their properties and ask them, hey, can I push your property for you? Or not for you, can I push it? Can I give you some extra exposure on your property? They say, yeah, that's cool. Take their property and present it on social media. Guess what? Perception is reality. Then people going to think that's your listing. And then they're going to see that you pushing all these different properties, whether for sale by owners or other agents' properties, and guess they're going to think, oh man, they the listing person. And you ain't none of them your listings. But it's perception, right? So it's about how you present it to the market. And that's one of the beauties of social media. Social media
12
works.
months later, it will be your property.
Right.
You will have that meeting. That's exactly how the growth takes place.
Absolutely. Social media is a beautiful vehicle for real estate. The problem is that there's so many gurus out here that think that they know how to utilize it, and they don't. They don't know how to utilize social media. But it is a beautiful vehicle. Okay, how many of y'all knew we had an online store? You knew we had an online store? All right. We have an online store. All right. Now let me tell you how we use the online store. How many of y'all give closing gifts to your clients? You give closing gifts to your clients? You need right. Well, we would give closing gifts to our clients, but guess what? Now that we've created this online store where you can get Brooks and Davis branded paraphernalia, now we just give them a coupon. Right? We give them a coupon. Now, there's nothing on here that's more than $50. So in essence, they're going to get something here. But now it serves dual purpose. I'm giving them something for closing. I ain't got to go out and buy it. We ain't got to have inventory. We ain't got to do none of that stuff, right? And then when they actually get whatever, because all they have to do is go to the website and pick what they want, and then we order it for them, we send it to them, right? Well, now it's another way of us putting some branding and keeping us in their face as far as Brooks and Davis, right? So we give them a coupon. And guess how we give them the coupon? We text it to them. See? It's easy. So it's about being efficient and it's about being effective. It's effective because now a person that's done a deal with you, you're giving them a give back, right? But you ain't got to have inventory, you ain't got to go buy it. At first you ain't got to go do none of that. You're giving them a give back. And then it's an easy way for you to get the information out to them by texting it to them. You can text them to coupon, you can email them the coupon, and all they got to do is go to the website, tell you what they want, and then boom, you'll buy, and then we get it for them. So now the way that you all can use it is that you get a discount, right? So as a Brooks and Davis agent, you get a 20 to 30% discount on the products that's on this website. So you can do the same thing if you wanted to. If you wanted to give coupons to your clients when you close on transactions, you can do that, and then you guys just tell us what it is. you pay us for it, and then we order it and send it to them, right? Because if you try to pay for it online, you're gonna pay retail price. Then that means you don't get no discount then, right? So that means you gotta pay it through us so you can get the discount by being an agent. But again, it's a lot cheaper than $50, or however much you spending on gifts right now, you can get away with spending $20, $30, right? That's another thing that I don't encourage is you spending a whole lot of money on closing gifts, right? So that's our shop. All right, so here's links. How many people are utilizing links? Right? They have it now to where you can get free branded links. Did y'all know that? Like this Bitly, that's free. And it gives you unlimited amount of links that you want to make. We done went link crazy. We got all kind of links. if you notice, the right to purchase is a Bitly link. BDREF offers is a Bitly link. Why BDREF? So BDREF offers is something that I've taken and I put into my signature line, right? And what it did was it stops. Matter of fact, pull your phones out and go to it. Everybody go to this link right there.
That's all one link, or that's one and that's two?
Just two.
It's two separate links?
Two separate links.
Okay.
So just go to this one. Now, it's case sensitive, so you got to put that in capital letters.
Is it
Okay.
case sensitive?
Yeah, it's case sensitive.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's case sensitive. Now, the good thing about it, wherever you put it, you can click it. Right? So most people aren't going to be typing it in. They're just going to click it. But it is case sensitive. Everybody got it up? It's 'cause y'all not typing it in right. You got it up? Yeah. You got it up? All right. All right, you got it up. So now, you got it up? Yeah. Boom. So now that right there is called a link tree. You can get it through Instagram. Right? But guess what it does? You can put this link on everything and it not take up a lot of space. So when a person goes to that link, so now it'll give them everything that you offer, from helping people buy houses, helping people sell houses. Like for us, as we promote, it's helping people buy houses, helping people sell houses, people that are looking for a career in real estate. And you can add all of these different links under that same umbrella, and you can personally brand it, right? So again, when you start creating your brands, then now you can take those brands and create maybe landing pages or something and drive a link. If you're gonna create a YouTube channel, you can have a link to your YouTube channel on there. If you're gonna brand that right to purchase program we talked about, you can have a link to that on there. If you're gonna brand something around the pre-home buyer session, you can have a link to that on there. So then now on your signature line, on your post, on everything, all you gotta do is put one link, and it'll drive everybody to a page that shows everything that you offer as a real estate professional. Right?
That was an oh wow moment, because that's so powerful. Because just think about it. Once you design it, you never have to do anything besides maybe tweak it, but that link goes anywhere. And if you have Instagram or any portion of social media, if you're on there anywhere, you should have a link like that. And that's going to drive your business. That's going to start to help create your business by itself by you just pushing it out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to go to this one right here. How many of y'all, has anybody been to our new career page on our website? Okay, so our new career page, there's a lot of things that I didn't put into the presentation because it's on our new career page. Right? So when we're pushing people and talking to them, when somebody says, I'm interested in your firm, send me something, I just got to send them that link. Right? And then it takes them to this page. And this page shows them everything that we have to offer. Now, I wanted to, it didn't show everything. The stuff that's in the presentation, it doesn't show. But I wanted to show you because there's some things that you probably didn't know about that we have to that we offer here as a firm, right? All right. Now, one of the areas of our GAP meeting now is that I ask you to subscribe to the Prime Real Estate Network that Larry talked about, and you subscribe to our YouTube page. A lot of these different concepts and videos that I've made from a branding standpoint, they're on our YouTube page. All to create your new lives, they're on our YouTube page. We have a host of videos on our YouTube page that speaks about all the different things. All of the events that we've done as a firm, as an organization, you see kind of what we've been doing, they're on our YouTube page. And guess what? Guess what where this gonna be? Guess what this video gonna be? On the YouTube page. So go to the YouTube page. Alright? So now we say we will develop and transform you from a new agent into a real estate expert. We're serious about that. That's what our goal is for each and every one of the people that are involved in Brooks and Davis, is to turn them into a real estate expert. I'm here to duplicate myself 100, 200 times, 300, 400, 1,000, 20,000. That's what I'm here to do. All right? This is something new that we added. We put on there how people can get a real estate license, because a lot of people don't know. Our core ideology. How many of y'all have seen this? Have y'all seen it? Right? This is us. This is Brooks and Davis right here. This is who we are. This is the culture of our company, right? Our purpose is to create a great experience for every stakeholder in the real estate community. You want to be successful in real estate, then you make the experience for everybody phenomenal. And then you're going to be very successful in real estate. And when I say everybody, I'm saying buyers, sellers, but I'm also saying other agents. I'm saying mortgage people. I'm saying title people. I'm saying everybody. Make people want to do business with you. Because guess what? These affiliates, they know people too. And believe me, loan officers refer business. Title companies refer business. Right? Appraisers, inspectors, they refer business too. So you want to make it a great experience for everybody. Make people's life easier when you do business with them. All right? Our core values, we exceed the expectations of our clients, customers, and colleagues. We have constant positive attitude. That's very important. If you're going to be successful in real estate, it ain't going to always be easy. We know that. But you got to maintain a positive attitude, because if not, this will run you out of the industry. You got to maintain your positivity if you're going to be successful in this business. So constant positive attitude. Treat and respect one another like family. We talked about that earlier. Continually learning, improving, and operating in the most productive manner. Real estate is one of those industries that's constantly innovating. So you better continue to always be learning. You got to keep getting better, because if not, you're going to get passed up. So you got to have the mind frame of always getting better, always learning more, always operating in the best manner. And then the last one is always giving our best and every day making our best better. Okay. So that's a little video you can look at. That's kind of dated, because we've added so much more, but that does give an idea of some of the things a lot of the things that we offer as a real estate firm. Now, who saw about the internship program? Internship? Okay. So one of the things that we wanted to do, we felt would really help people connect the dots when it comes to doing real estate, is if they could see, or not just see, be involved, inundated in the daily operations of a real estate like team. I would say team. I wouldn't say company. I would say team. Like, in building that realtor success funnel, that takes time. Right? So most people, especially when they're brand new, they don't have the database, they don't have the business, they don't have the book of business to really be exposed to all those different mechanisms and tenets of doing real estate. So what we wanted to do was that our team, we cranking it out, right? We are that team that's doing 3 to 5 transactions a month. So we wanted to bring our agents in for a 90-day period, and then we put them to work for what we're doing. So now the goal is, in that 90-day period, they would have seen every single aspect from beginning to end multiple times on how to scale. It'll really help them. Connect the dots, because I feel like that's one of the hardest things for agents, is like connecting it all together. Right? We get the pieces, but as far as putting it together, we have a hard time doing that. Right? So the internship is designed to do that. Right? Now, originally we was paying. It was a paid internship, but I thought about it some more, and I took that off the table. because it's not a job, right? It's an opportunity to learn. So instead of paying you $8 an hour, I want to commit to adding $450,000 worth of new production to you over these 90 days. I want to commit to adding an extra $450,000 under contract for your business if you come in here and do this internship. Now, it's got to be for full-time agents because it's 10 to 3, unless you work it later, right? But it's 10 to 3, Monday through Friday. You come in and you're going to get exposed to everything, right? So at the end of the 90 days, not only will you have that extra production, you're also, it's going to make a lot more sense to you how to do this business, which is what the goal of the internship is all about. Okay, so the real estate success resource, this right here, the funnel, was designed, that was that software that I was telling you that we designed to make it easier for you to understand the 7-dot training information. Now, on the cover page, on the home page of this website, this is like a little demo. I know some of you all, I gotta get you set up. You gotta get you set up for it. But the point of it is, I didn't realize that was that loud. Y'all don't need the music. But so this is what it looks like, right? So you will log into it, and then once you log in, all of those skill sets that I talked about, those 6 skill sets, there's a tab for each one of those skill sets. So skill set number 1, generating leads, and more leads. Skill set number 2, making contact and consistent follow-up. Skill set number 3, successfully scheduling the consultation. So all of the skill sets are here on the side. And every page that you go to, the skill sets are going to be on the side, and it's going to show you the funnel. And then those are the tabs. So up there is 6 tabs, 7 tabs actually. So it all starts here tab, and then we got all the skill sets. So I took that 7-dot training content and we separated it to be specific to whatever area that content spoke to. So now what I'm able to do is, once I get you lined on, from a coaching standpoint, if you call me and say, hey Mike, I got this is my first listing agreement, my first listing appointment, what do I do? Right? Well, now I can say, you can go to skill set number 3, click on sellers, and it's going to give you everything that you need as far as scheduling the listing appointment. Then when you go to skill set number 4, it's going to show you how to prepare for the listing appointment and what the listing presentation does. And it's going to have all the videos on there. It's going to have all the forms that you need. It's going to have the presentation that you can utilize. Right? So it's all plug and play. Right? So that was something that we've been working on that for almost a year, to have it to where it's web-based and make it easy for you to access the information quickly and be able to focus on the specific thing for you in whatever specific lead that you're working on and working with, right? So when we come in and we do, as I start bringing people back in and we start doing our gap meetings, our one-on-ones, our sit-downs, and to make sure that we get you all enrolled in all the new benefits and things that I've exposed, then for some people, I'm gonna give you some homework and tell you, you need to look at skill set number 1, you need to look at all the videos before we meet again. Or you need to click on start here and you need to we need to talk time block, we need to talk CRM. How many people time block? Time block? All right. How many people have a CRM or customer relationship management system? If you're not time blocking, and if you don't have a customer relationship management system, then that's just, again, that's like not having a super key, that's not having matrix. That's foundational, because you're not going to be able to support any level of scale in your real estate business without those 2 habits, or without those 2 things, right? So those are things that we talk about. But again, that's just a demo of that new tool. All right, so we almost done. All right, how many people know about the hotline? Hotline, y'all know we had a hotline? All right. So from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., if you have any you have anything going on, right?
What time again?
10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Who will answer the phone?
Me, for right now, until we scale this thing up, and then you have multiple people answering the phones. But the goal was we didn't want any agents to ever feel like they was alone, right? Because, and the reason is because we know agents will be apprehensive if they feel like they don't know that they don't have an answer, or they don't feel like they can get the answer, so they don't want to be embarrassed. So then they don't take the step. So we're like, well, look, don't worry about any of that, because if you ever run into a situation and you don't know the answer, you can call this phone number and somebody gonna answer the phone. Right? This number right here, when a person calls that hotline number, it show up on it ring to my cell phone, and regardless of what I'm doing, I'ma answer. Right? And get that question answered. Now, this ain't supposed to be no 30-minute coaching session, right? It's just a quick hit, so you can move on. So you can be in front of the client, whatever you're doing, because we want to help get you to the next step, so you can keep doing what you're doing. So we have the hotline.
And what is that number?
It is 832 819 1615. So even if you call the number and say it's a situation where we can't go into too much detail, then at least you got somebody on the phone and we can reschedule a time that we can go and have a longer conversation about it. All right. Who all know about the Realtor Recruitment Rally? Y'all know what that is? What is that? That's something we had for a long time.
That's where you get paid. That's the residual money, right?
That's right. If you refer somebody. So go recruit. It's another reason we want to show you all the stuff that we had. Because we want to make it easy for you to convince somebody to come join our firm. Right now we're at a 98% affiliates. We want to get to 200 by the end of 2019. And in fact, we don't want to. We're going to get to 200 by the end of 2019. Right? We can't do it by ourselves. Me and Brooks can't do it by ourselves. We need to enlist you all. And we're going to pay you. You bring them on. Get that mailbox money. We're going to train them up. We're going to get them trained up. We're going to turn them into real estate experts. Can you imagine you getting checks and you ain't did nothing? You just getting random checks? Right? That's the life right there. That's what we all trying to get to. Passive income. Making money off of other people's efforts. Well, that Realtor Recruitment Rally is going to help you with that. All right? I already talked about the Create Your New Life. We're going to get that back going. These are some past events that we had. All right? Who's familiar with the Agent Development Institute? That's our 15-month coaching. Right? So that's another, I do that by class. Right? So there's multiple coaching type of benefits that we have with the organization. ADI is another one of them. It's more of a 15-month intensive. I set it up by class. So we'll be doing another ADI class next year. So be on the lookout for it. Be on the lookout for the interest meeting. Right? We talked about the affiliate. So this is the flyer for the affiliate. Those that are not licensed yet. And then this is everything that you get. So y'all have seen that visual before. All right. Sorry.
Your
So
interns for license, right?
yes.
Okay.
All right. So what all is changing? Here we go. Here's the money slide. All right. So now we have people that are in all. It's like a gumbo of commission plans, right? Well, now we're getting everybody to pick one. They got to pick one of the two plans that we have. We have a commission-based plan, and we got a 100% plan. And we got to get everybody on one of them two plans going into 2019. And then everybody that's coming into the firm is one of them two plans that they got to pick. Now, for the commission split plan, we got a 50-50 plan, and that's if you've not done a real estate transaction, whether a buyer or a seller transaction, then your first two deals have to be at 50-50. Because we know you don't know what you're doing. Period. In essence, we the ones that's probably gonna have to close the deal for you. But we're okay with that because we're gonna use that as a way to train you, to show you what you need to do so as you move forward, you are good. Right? So the first two transactions gotta be at 50-50. After that, you move up to 70-30. Right? So we got a commission split plan. And then we have the 100% plan. Now the difference between the commission split plan and the 100% plan, a lot of these member benefits that I showed you, the 100% plan don't have access to that. Now, why don't y'all have access to it? Because you're telling me you don't need that. You're telling me you don't need that level of support. So in essence, we're holding your license. You're paying us to hold your license, right? Now, if you need that support, then because it's going to take time, it takes energy, then we got to go with one of the commission split plans. So that's the difference between the two. Everybody gets a special agent member number and a card. These are the new membership cards. We got membership cards now. The reason we had to do membership cards and membership numbers is because there are certain benefits that 100% agents get. There are certain benefits that commission split agents get. Well, it depends on your SAM number, which will identify which benefit that you get. So some of these things, when you access them, like for instance the hotline, you got to say what your SAM number is, because then that'll tell the person, that'll let the person know if you qualify for that benefit or not. Okay. New business launch or business relaunch. So as we do our GAP meetings, the GAP meetings are to accumulate to either a new business launch or a relaunch, right? What that consists of is we have relationships with model homes, and they'll allow us to come in and have a meeting, an event to showcase the agent. So the concept has to do with this. We determine the date that you're going to have your relaunch. We determine what model home that we're going to have it at, okay? Then now you call everybody that you know, you expose to everybody that you know about this new business launch, that you're launching your real estate career, or you're relaunching, you're reminding people that you're in real estate and you're looking to grow your business, right? And then through the marketing and the engagement for the launch, you're going to be asking people for leads. See, one thing that I found is that most people, when we tell them, you just got to call. Like me and Brooks, we do it all the time. You need everybody in your phone, you need to call them. You need to tell them you're in business. People don't do it. But I kind of figured out why. People are apprehensive to do it because they feel like they're not bringing they're bothering people. So they're not really, there's no reason or rationale behind the phone call. So they won't do it. Well, now with the realtor launch, you're calling to invite them to something. So now, because you're calling to invite them to something, you're more comfortable, you psychologically are more comfortable making a phone call, right? So the realtor lunch isn't about who shows up. You can have nobody show up. It's about how many people did you engage to invite to it. That's what it's about. Because every person that you called or texted or emailed or hit on social media, every single one of those people, you've now put back in their top of mind that you do real estate, which is the goal. So the most successful realtor launch for me is not the one that had the most people attend. It's the person that reached out to the most people. Person that reached out to 100 people versus the person that reached out to 500 people. It's that momentum that they're now building in their business because of how they engaged it. So the company is going to help you facilitate all of that as far as the realtor lunch. Because our goal is that once the realtor lunch is done, then now you have that base and that momentum that you can continue to carry to grow your business. So that's where the realtor launch comes from. And that's what we're doing now. Okay, so there is a decrease in member dues. Right? Now some of you all weren't paying member dues. Y'all came in. Y'all was grandfathered in. Right? Well, now moving into 2019, everybody got to pay member dues. Right? Now originally the member dues was $100. They were $100 for those that came in at that time. The member dues are going up to $150. But guess what? If you pay it on time, you get a $50 rebate. That's what you get. So we ain't got no late fees, right? I don't like late fees, but I'll give you a benefit if you pay it on time. But if you don't pay it on time, then you got to pay $150. Now that's for our 100% agents. Now the commission split agents, because you're building your business, then we wanted to give you some room to build, we wanted to give you some room and some time as far as on your membership dues. We wanted to float it, right? That was the thought that was in my mind. We need to float the commission agents because they're building their business. They ain't really got nothing in the pipeline, so we got to give them some time. So instead of the commission split agents paying every month, you guys pay once a quarter, right? And it's $350 a quarter But if you pay it on time, it's $300 a quarter, right? So and also, so for the 100% agents, it's $150 a month. But if you pay it on time, it's $100. For the commission split agents, it's once a quarter, $350. But if you pay it on time, it's $300. So everybody qualifies for that rebate, right? The 100% agents, the commission split agents, you qualify for a fee waiver, right? What that means is that in that quarter, if you do 3 deals, you don't pay any member dues. And when I say deals, I'm not just talking about buyer, seller, I'm talking about anything. You do an apartment, you do a lease, anything, then your $100 is waived. So our commission split agents, if you're doing transactions, you're not paying dues at all. You're not paying dues. You know, unfortunately, the 100% agents don't qualify for the fee waiver. But the commission split agents, you qualify for the fee waiver. So you can end up truly not having any fees as being a part of Brooks & Davis real estate firm, as long as you produce it. Now look, me and Larry ain't finna go rich off these $150 or this $100, right? The company grows not from member dues, it grows from you all producing, right? So if you ain't did no deal, at least we know, look, if you ain't thought about real estate all month or all quarter, once you get that invoice, you're gonna think about it then. So the goal is to keep it on your mind, pushing you into that direction. Go ahead, Don.
Okay, say you do a deal in January, and y'all taking this stuff in advance, right? So if I do a deal in January and I want to give you $1,200, I can do that and be done.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Done, that's what you already do.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I do. Yeah, so
You already do that, Don.
yeah.
All right.
But we change it now. So
All right. I talked about the monthly, quarterly membership due cycle. All right. Another thing that we're doing is the residential apartment and the leases and apartments. All right. So for the commission split agents, y'all was having to do whatever your split was on the apartments. Well, after thinking about it, it's like, you know what? We just need to make that a transaction fee. So now you only have to do up to $125. So if you do a $2,000 lease, well, you ain't got to give us 50% of that or 30% of that, right? You just got to give us up to $125 is what you have to give us. And then it's whatever's less, because if your 50-50 is less than 125, then you don't have to pay the full 125. So it's your split all up to 125. So you got to seal it on 125. Okay. And then the last thing is a cap. We wanted to bring in a cap for our commission split agents. Y'all familiar with what a cap is? Right? A cap, for those that aren't familiar with it, a cap is that there's now a ceiling on the amount of money from a commission split standpoint that you have to give to Brooks & Davis. So once you hit your cap, whether you hit it in February, whether you hit it in October, wherever you hit it, once you hit your cap, then at that point, you only have to pay a transaction fee on any other transactions for that year, for remaining. Now we ain't the only ones that came up with a cap. You know, many companies have caps. Keller Williams has caps. So I like the idea of it, right? It gives people something to aspire to, right? To understand that, you know, once you really get out here killing it, there's going to be a point where you can still maintain access to all of the benefits that I talked about, but understand that once you hit this number as far as what you contributed to the company, then you no longer, and at that point you're 100%. So you get the benefits of the commission split agent, but at some point once you hit your cap, you're now 100% with the rest of the deals.
How did you
For the
arrive
year?
at that figure?
I just pulled out, Scott. No, I did a history of production for the agents and then kind of averaged it out, and then, so that's kind of how I came up with that number. All right, so that's it. All right, so that's it. Now we have new policies. Like I said, everybody got to pick. Now you don't have to do it today because we're not naive enough to believe that everybody's gonna be cool with the changes that we're making. We're not naive enough to believe that. What I'm saying is that we've been here for 10 years, and if we're gonna be here for another 10 years, if we're gonna compete the way we want to compete, if we're gonna be the #1 real estate firm in the state, which is what our goal is, our next goal is to be the #1 real estate firm in the state over the next 5 years, then there's some infrastructure things that we needed to adjust to ensure that these doors will remain open. So that's what prompted all of this, to make these changes and these adjustments. We couldn't have all these different plans out there floating. So we had to get everybody on a single plan, right? So whether you go commission split, whether you go 100%, we had to get everybody on the same one to where they would connect, right? We also had to be able to truly show the difference between a person that's a commission split and what they get and a person that's 100% and what they get. Like, it's not fair if it was the same thing. So we really put in a lot of thought to determine that, because for us the commission split is all about support. I get that question a lot. Like, why am I paying you? Why am I paying you this split? Well, you need support. Yes, that's why you're paying me. So we need to be able to articulate that and show it. So that's what we're doing with the new forms. Now, here I'm gonna give you. Here, babe, you pass it out for me. These are the new updated policies, and these are the new updated forms. That's one. All right. So now, if you do not want to sign it today, I would like that back if you don't want to sign it today. And then we can email it to you when you're ready, right? If you do want to sign it today, then those are the ones that we're going to have you sign. We just need you to sign the commission plan, the updated commission plan, and then the policy, which is on the last page of the policy. Those are the two things that we need you to sign today if you're moving forward. Now, the deadline for signing the updated paperwork is January 31st.
Nah.
No?
Like December 31st.
December 31st?
I mean, that's an amazing presentation that you just did. It doesn't take that long to make that decision. You know, at the end of the day, I guarantee no one's going to find more value at no brokerage firm, period, hands down, than everything that you just gave. And so I think December 31st is a much better deadline so that we're going freshly into the new year versus them still struggling mentally going into the first quarter. That's just not what we should do.
No, I agree with you. Well, let me say, the reason that I'm not disagreeing with you,
Yeah.
but we need time for the people that didn't come
Okay.
to get it to them and spread it out, and I may have to have conversations with them, one-on-one conversations, so we need to kind of give them time so they can sign their forms as well. Yeah.
Time for the ones that gotta pass the test.
But nah, you good. But yeah, so, all right, so.
Oh,
All right, so any questions? I'm here to field questions.
We didn't get the chance to see this on the thing, so we gotta read it.
No, that's cool. I'm just saying I'm here. Oh, I can get some pens. And then we still have some more. Yeah, bring some pens. And we still have
Breakfast.
pens. Breakfast.
Yeah, at first I thought my deodorant was working. I smell the money.
Thought you what? Oh, no, you good, bro.
So you can sign agent affiliate signature and date, and then this last page. It says agent member. We'll make a copy of it.
Hey, Mike, you already got this from me, huh? No.
Yeah, I was given. Yeah, this is the first official time that we've done any new paperwork, new policies. You know what? That's a good idea. All right, so for you all that are signing, I don't need the whole packet back. I just need that last page, and then I'm gonna make a copy.
So last page is the signature page?
Yeah, last page is the
packet.
Yeah. So just that page and that page, right? And then we'll make copies.
Is the last page a summary of this?
No. Yeah. So that commission plan checklist breaks out all the benefits that you qualify for.
Anyone needs a pen? Anybody needs a pen?
The other form, The other form is like policies. So like commission disbursement. Like when could you expect that as far as the check? Your mailbox. Like when to clean the mailbox out. Like that's what that page is for.
So we signing here?
Put your
print
name. You print your name and then you sign where it says agent rep.
Oh, I thought that was remember them.
Alright, and if you signed it, just pass it up. We can start getting these copies going for you. On the YouTube page? Yeah, it's on the YouTube page. You still recording, babe? No, don't stop. Are we still recording? Okay.
Are you using this copy of all that?
No, I'm just taking this last page. And then sign it where it says agent affiliate signature.
Oh, I can't keep this?
I'm gonna make copies for you. Just give me the last page.
You gonna start signing after the full copies? Oh, both of them. Yeah, you need both.
Right.
Both of them on top together.
Is that right?
What?
They keep them together.
Confidentiality agreement for 99 years?
Yeah, 99 years.
Keep them together, baby.
I don't need the signature.
Oh, this one here. Okay.
If you keep
Appreciate that good presentation.
Thank you, man.
if you keep them together when I make copies, and either pass them back to them.
Okay, I'm cool. I'm with that. You gonna make copies for me?
Yeah. After you sign.
Sign right now.
You need that money music going on
I have a
right now.
question.
Sign right now.
You wanna start signing for him?
Since I'm in the affiliate program, I'll hold off.
Yeah, you just sign this form.
Okay.
Hey, Pat.
I didn't get copies of that one.
Where's yours? Did you give it to me?
Mr. Patrick,
You got to sign too?
Yes, I'm right here.
you give me the whole
Just
thing.
neighbors representative.
You want me to take it off?
Yeah, just that last page.
Sign that.
I need.
No, I need Mr. Davis to start signing on the line.
Oh.
Can't make copies without y'all signatures.
Got a point.
You have
Oh,
another
one.
copy of that one?
This one he's signing.
Well, you little rubber stamp at now, huh?
You say what?
Where's your other one?
No, you
Someone
said
been
just
bouncing
sign
on
that
you?
one, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't need an affiliate on this.
Oh, okay, okay, no problem.
P. Oh, yeah, bad boys be bouncing. Show your account, you know, the way my bank account is set up.
Oh, wow.
Brittany got that.
Tuition reimbursement for designation.
$85. It's in there.
I just saw it on the
Thing.
form, I didn't read it.
Yeah, it's $85 2 times a year.
For what?
Tuition reimbursement.
Excellent presentation, man.
Thank you. Now on this form, you need to check which commission plan you get.
I just signed it.
Yeah.
You check it,
All right.
you check it, Mike.
Don Green.
Well, it need 100%. You put them out 100.
I'm gonna circle it at the top.
I mean, I don't want to take for granted that people might want to change their plans.
Right. Okay.
I don't know who didn't check it though.
This signature doesn't match.
What
you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
What plan are you?
after I talk with you?
Absolutely.
Which one?
That's,
It's yours. Hold that phone.
50/50 or 70/30?
Well, he said after 2 transactions, then you do the, looks like you rolled right one, didn't you?
Excuse me.
Yeah, they both. All right, you done 2 transactions?
No.
Oh, Mr. Patrick already did it.
Okay. Once,
Okay,
but once you
can
get that
somebody
second one, then you
It
you'll
goes
move right.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
Great. Okay. So which one?
Oh.
This is my first time, so I have to go 50/50.
got everybody check.
Yep. This one, that one. You got it?
I'm the affiliate. I
Okay,
did
that's fine,
the
no problem.
nominee code.
And this signature. And this signature. You're missing signatures. Thank you. Ms. Brooks, can you help us with more signatures? Thank you.
So one more time, so for, in terms of the fees, you said for the 100% plan, both of them have a benefits of paying on time, for the 100% plan, it's $100. You pay it $150, but then you pay me back $50?
Just, if you pay it on the first, just pay me $100. But
Oh.
anything past that, it'll be $150.
So it's monthly $100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that everybody? Alright, I'm gonna go meet with Kim Strain. Okay, so, any questions? Any concerns?
So what are the due dates on the quarterly bills? Is that exactly?
It's in there. You have this?
Oh, it's in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you look at commission monthly member dues on time, it has the dates in there. So it'll be April, July, October, and January. This is when the quarterly payments are due. So look, I appreciate you guys taking y'all Saturday and coming and seeing what we got to talk about today. I appreciate for those that signed up and going into 2019 with us. Appreciate it, we really do, because we know it's a lot of brokerage firms out there that you can go with, and the fact that y'all still find confidence in us being your leaders and your brokers, it means a lot. So we're not gonna let you down, right? We're committed to your success. If anytime you need questions or anything, everybody got my phone number? Everybody got it?
On all that hotline, no one answered.
You was on the other line.
Okay, yeah, it was on the other line. I think, look, it's Monday through Friday.
Oh man, you
Monday
said,
through
you
Friday.
said 10 to 10 every day.
It's Monday through Friday. All right, but no, we'll make sure that somebody answers it next time.
Kim was joking.
I know Kim, that's what.
What
Okay,
she called it when you was giving it to her.
That's what it was. All right, so look, we got plenty to eat. If you want, you can mingle.